Okay, so video 2. I'm in a talkative mood, so I want to try to kind of get my thoughts down and focus. It's really hard for me to concentrate, I guess. Like, I was just taking like a really hot bath, and it's usually like a meditation thing, but I guess my thoughts are really spinning hardcore, so it's when I try to focus, I just feel really anxious and like my heart's beating, but it might just be my body rebelling against me at this point. Like, I stepped out of the shower and I like basically like blank out for a second. Like, I just get like oxygen. So, I want to talk about a few things now. Mostly about like, I guess right now I'm just kind of thinking a lot about my life because I'm kind of okay right now. Like, I'm viewing it in a little bit more of a clear light. So, yeah. Things that are important, I guess, that I've realized are definitely remembering that the outside is a reflection of the inside. Now, this can be taken in a lot of different ways, and they both interrelate and correlate with one another. Like, take it for example, on a day where you look really well, you dress well, you do your makeup well if you're a chick, and you feel better because you look better. Now, a lot of people take this to extreme. I mean, I know I did with eating disorder shit. But it's basically a known fact that when you and your physical body are presentable, and your physical environment are presentable, you view it as kind of an exception, a clearing of your own space and mind. Like, when my room is dirty, my mind is dirty. I feel dirty. You know, I look around, I just feel gross. And it goes back to something my dad once told me, that everything has its place. And, you know, he was specifically talking about, like, cleaning things up and, like, how he likes to have his apartment as everything has its space. So you know where everything is and it has its little area. And I find it very helpful to keep this in mind, you know, especially when I clean my own room. I feel more organized in totality when everything has its place. I used to lose my shit all the time. Then I got a wallet, and now everything has its place. I don't lose it all the time. And when you stop these negative behaviors of losing things and not keeping track of things and not concentrating or focusing on where these things are, your mind starts to become that way. And this can be very helpful in every single thing that you do, you know, schoolwork, everyday living life. And like, when your mind is less cluttered with worries and manifestations of dirt and uncleanliness, like it's very unnatural and it's unorderly, I guess. So I think really important keys to happiness, from what I've noticed, are cleaning your area. This means your body being good, hygienic, like take good care of yourself, but also your environment. Don't let your house get too dirty. Don't let your room get too dirty. It's kind of tedious to clean it up in the first place, but it feels really good, like blast some good music and you feel alright. And you feel clean. It's an open space, and your space should be home to you. And maybe having clothes on the floor feels at home, but trust me, when you have this free-flowing energy really around the room, you feel so much better. You can breathe. Also, there's the, you know, body aspect of it. Good hygiene. You know, I used to, like, not take showers very often because I dye my hair. You can't really see, but it's, like, pink and purple. Because, like, the hair dye would go away. And, like, honestly, like, not showering very often made me feel really fucking dirty. Like, my hair gets naughty, and when my hair gets naughty, I feel like shit about myself, and I don't put as much effort into what I look like because I feel like shit. And then I noticed I could just, like, condition my hair instead of washing it, and then it's all good. So it's like, you know, try to remain on top of these little things, because honestly, like, happiness, it is really simple. Sometimes it can be complex, but it's only as complex as we've created it for ourselves. Hang up a sec, I'm gonna get some coffee. Oh my god. Yeah, so I mean, I think the first step is really, it's like looking at your life and how you're living it and like how you want to be living it. Like, I know I like cleanliness and it's not something I'm used to because I've never done it, but like I really do feel a lot more open and susceptible to do what I enjoy when I'm living in a cleaner environment, and when I feel cleaner, when I smell clean, and when everything about me and my space and presence is in harmony, I feel like I can accomplish much greater tasks. I think another thing that's important, honestly, I mentioned this in a previous video, but like really find something you're passionate about. I have this thing that I've been thinking for a while, and that's if everyone in this world was doing what they were passionate about for a living, that I think, I can't be 100% certain about this, that the world would be a better and happier place. Some people, I remember being a kid and like everything was interesting, but some people, they're into math, they're into science, and that's their thing, and they fucking adore it. I'm more creative. I like music and that type of thing. Um, and it makes me feel really good when I can do it, and I can't really imagine myself doing something that isn't creative. That would be hell. And if I'm choosing something and doing something that I don't enjoy, it's either A, I push myself just to complete it, B, I try to enjoy it, which usually I'll fucking end up hating it. Not all the time, but actually, like you definitely can become passionate about a lot of things, but like if it isn't right up your alley right away, like it's probably gonna be a lot harder to enjoy it. Like, I mean, I think back about math in high school, it's like I probably like I could have probably trained myself to enjoy what I was learning, but like I still fucking hated it so much that I had no drive to do it. Whereas like essay writing, like I dig that shit. Like I could pull it off really fast and I enjoy myself. So find what you like to do. Like there used to be this really stupid commercial on TV. It was like, "What's your thing? Everybody has a thing." And I was like, "No, I don't really have a thing." And like that's because we play up what a thing is. Like we think like, "Oh, I'm not an amazing pianist or like trombone player, so like I'm not that good at it, but like I enjoy doing it." So like why the fuck can't that be your thing? Like you can't be the best at something. The only thing that you can and are the best at all times is being yourself. Because you're the only you. And especially with creative things, like you're the only one who's putting that special thing out there. And that's really something to be proud of, your own personal work, your own personal voice, how you're interpreting things. Like that's beautiful. And life will constantly, like you'll constantly be tested on, well, I don't really want to get into that actually. So yeah, I'm gonna talk for about 2 more minutes about something. Health. Okay, other things about health and like your well-being of your physical body, like besides this hygienics, I think it's actually really important to eat well, to sleep well, and to exercise well. Like a lot of people overlook these details. They're like, yeah, like eating, sleeping, yeah, I know, like how can that actually change shit? Like it seems so easy. I don't really get it. Everyone says it, but I don't really get it. But like honestly, fucking like okay, like I have been on crazy diets where I don't really eat that much, and then I go crazy and like eat a bag of chips, and like I actually felt a sugar rush once. Like I got high off sugar. And like you actually do feel a lot better when you're eating cleaner and when you're listening to your body. Think of it this way, like a lot of people don't trust their bodies, but like your body keeps you fucking alive for like 85 years or whatever from the moment you're like fucking conceived, little embryo shit. Your heart's beating, like you don't even know you're doing this. Now we can make some conscious decisions like what we eat, and in today's society, we're not a hunter-gatherer society, so we kind of make those choices for ourselves, and a lot of the times we do choose unhealthier options, and then we kind of start to think that we don't really know where our body is in all of this. So it isn't necessarily about just eating healthy and salads all the time, but like if you were to like I guess detox or whatever, like if you were to really listen to your body, and it takes some time to get used to, especially after the amount of chemicals we put in here, it will tell you what it needs from you. And it's not going to be something unnatural, because that's not natural. That's not to say you can't eat sugary foods, but just be aware of what your body wants. Now, of course, we're physical beings, so we are supposed to move around. That's also something else that's fucked up that's happened to our society. Moving around, I fucking recommend it 1,000,000%. I used to fucking hate exercise. I'm kind of running low on time, so I'm gonna finish up in about a minute or something. I used to really detest it, because I guess I couldn't find something that I enjoyed doing. And then I started, I guess, going to raves and dancing, and like that really opened me up to a very like wide array of possibility. Like not only did I found like a kind of community within that of people who didn't really belong, but I got really confident knowing that I could just be myself and like act however I wanted, and like if the music made me want to like flow and shit, then like I could do that, and like I wouldn't be judged for it. I'd actually probably be praised for like being wild and out there. So once I started to kind of trust my body on things it likes, like I used to go to the gym when I had an eating disorder and like force myself to do all these stupid things, and like honestly it wasn't that fun. I know personally I've started to really like hooping and dancing. I still really enjoy, stuff that has a lot of creative movement to it. I really like to do it. I can't run, I can't jog, I would fucking kill myself, but I love to rollerblade because I feel I have more freedom. So find something you like to do outside, some type of movement, get your body going, and don't force yourself. Don't force yourself to jog if you really don't fucking like jogging. Like, try to find something, even if it's yoga, stretching, something, dancing, Try to find it, and try to find your focus in it, and make your focus not necessarily completing the workout, but your focus is just to enjoy yourself. And once you enjoy yourself, it doesn't become a chore anymore. It's just part of your routine. And when your routine is filled with the things that make you happy and spark and alive, it's easier to continue doing them, So, that's basically it. Those are my tips for happiness, for me and for you. So, bye. Hello Kitty says cheers.